For we Americans, it is commonplace for us to look to our political leaders for guidance and wisdom. But we have a system in which those leaders change quite frequently. And over the course of our history, they have become more and more scrutinized by the public, and scandals and other things attend to them, and politics gets in the way of being true leaders. The church confronts us today with the concept of kingship, not presidency, not governors, not mayors, but kingship. And because it is outside of our realm of experience, we sometimes have a hard time understanding what it is the church is truly saying to us on this feast. But I think there is a person in this world today that we can look to as an example of kingship. For she has been on her throne for 62 years. And of course I reference Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom and her other realms, the Queen. As a girl of 21 years of age, she made a promise to the people of the empire, as it was known back then, that whether her life be long or short, it would be lived as a life of service to the people of the empire. A life of service. And so, in these realms that acknowledge her to be queen, for 62 years, politicians have come and they've gone, but there's been one constant in the lives of the people: the example of service of this woman and her family. Now, if you roll back just a couple of hundred years, you see even more of the authority that a modern monarch does not have, but earlier monarchs did. Those monarchs in the early ages, they determined what you did with your life. If you were born a farmer, you were most likely going to be a farmer your entire life, unless the monarch tapped you for something else. If you displease the monarch, you're dead. And sometimes not only dead to society, but truly dead, because you were executed. Such was the power and the authority of the monarch. They made all the decisions, and they expected their subjects to fall into line with their place in the monarch's plan for the kingdom. As you heard in the readings today, we are subjects of the king. There's nothing that we've done to choose the king. There is nothing that we could do to choose the king. But what we have done is, through the sacrament of baptism, we have accepted the king's power over our lives. A free gift of his grace, of his protection. And because that king loves us so well and wants the best for us, we're able to achieve things in our lives that to other people would seem impossible, because God gives us the grace to face whatever situations that may come into our lives. And so, because he loves us so well, we're able to go out and do that good which we are asked to do. We are asked, as you heard, to feed the hungry. This parish does that. To clothe the naked. Remember the underwear drives and the shoe drives? To visit the sick, the mass at the nursing home, the visits that go on to the hospitals. We wish we had a ministry to those in prison, but sadly we don't have anyone to do that for us. But as you went through that gospel, you could identify what it is that we're called upon to do in the name of the King. And so as we celebrate this feast of Christ's kingship, we're asked to once again renew within ourselves our commitment of service to the plan of our monarch, of our leader, of our God. To love others as we love ourselves and as we love our God.